CCTV's Peng is joining us now from Beijing with more on the festivities. Happy Lantern Festival. How are the Chinese celebrating this day?
Happy Lantern Festival, Susan. Today we're expecting to see colorful lanterns being hung up across Chinese cities, towns, and villages at night. There will be some major temple fairs displaying bright lanterns in all shapes, colors, and sizes, which are expecting to attract crowds of visitors. And if you're in China today, I strongly recommend that you pay a visit to one of them. This year, lanterns in the shape of monkey in particular will become a major theme. That's because Chinese people are ushering in the year of monkey, one of the most auspicious animals according to the 12th Chinese zodiac. In ancient times, Lantern Festival was also a time when young people were chaperoned in the street in the hope of finding love. But as time passed, that festival no longer has such kind of implications in most places of China. But in some cities like Hong Kong, the traditions are still maintained, and the festival becomes a Chinese equivalent of the Valentine's Day, where many girls walk under hanging lanterns to wish for love, marriage, and a child. Susan?
Oh, it's so beautiful, Peng. We know the lanterns are a big part of the day, but the Spring Festival, an important time for family and food as well. Tell us about some of the food traditions.
Exactly. Another important part of the Lantern Festival is eating yuanxiao, which are small dumpling balls made of glutinous rice flour and filled with sweet or salty ingredients. Shops across China are making big sales of that kind of food these days in the run-up to the festival. The food symbolizes wholeness and family get-togetherness. Meanwhile, there will also be some other hilarious activities on the night of the festival, including solving riddle puzzles under the lantern, displaying fireworks, and line dancing, which is very popular even outside China in other Asian countries. Many believe the customs of the line dances can ward off evil and bring in good fortunes. But the most important moment of the festival for many Chinese today is to enjoy the full moon together with their families. It is the time of reunion as Chinese people are closing the New Year celebrations. Susan?
Very beautiful, Peng. Happy Lantern Festival. Thank you. Current Affairs commentator Victor Gao is joining us now for more on the Spring Festival. Victor, tell us, welcome back, by the way. Spring Festival, the most important holiday of the year for Chinese. As the celebrations come to a close, give our international audience an idea of the significance of this holiday.
Thank you very much for having me. Happy Yuanxiao Festival. And the Spring Festival is the most important festival in the Chinese calendar. Officially, it lasts 7 days, but in the traditional way, especially in the countryside, it's a full cycle of 15 days, and today is the 15th day of the Spring Festival. And it's an occasion for family reunion, and according to statistics, during the Spring Festival, altogether 3 billion Chinese people are on the way back and forth. Many people making 2 trips or even 3 trips, for example, to visit friends, to be united with a family, etc. So this is purely and very much family reunion time. And also each day in the 15-day cycle has its position and its meaning. And traditionally, you need to observe very strictly how one day proceeds to the other day, etc. And in the modern time, for example, there are many new innovations as to how to celebrate the Chinese festival in addition to the traditional way of observing culture and the tradition and heritage in celebrating the Spring Festival. Unlike many other countries in the world, the Spring Festival is purely a secular occasion where people really enjoy to be together with their friends, and the Chinese people normally will travel, no matter how great is the distance, back to their home to be reunited with the families. This is truly a very happy occasion for the whole Chinese people, not only inside China, but throughout the world, through the Chinese communities globally.
Victor, we know that part of the customs include these sweet dumplings. We've had a chance to sample them here in our newsroom, but also the lion dances. Can you share with us some other customs that are observed?
Oh, definitely. In terms of the cuisine or the food, for example, the dumpling that you are eating today is called the yuanxiao, which is a kind of a sweet or a salty dumpling. But on the New Year's Eve, which today, in this year, was on February the 7th, then it is the traditional dumpling, including vegetable and meat. And it's considered as a must for every family, every Chinese to eat the dumpling on the New Year's Eve to celebrate the family reunion and to observe the tradition. And throughout the day, for example, throughout the 15-day period and the cycle, as I mentioned, each day has its tradition. And on, for example, January the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd, etc., then you need to visit certain places, you need to be united with certain family members. For example, son-in-law will come back to visit the wife's family, for example, and the dragon dancing and the dragon boat, line dancing, etc. All these things will happen throughout the 15-day cycle. And traditionally, I think, especially in the agricultural period, because the Spring Festival is that period of the time in the year where the agricultural work is at a minimum. Therefore, farmers actually would have plenty of time just to get refreshed, rejuvenated, and to prepare for all the workload that will start very much immediately after the end of the Chinese New Year cycle. It is expected that most of the migrant workers will come back to their work in the cities, and the farmers who remain in the countryside in China will start soon prepare for all the agricultural work that will become increasingly heavy in the coming months.
Wonderful, Victor Gao. Happy Lantern Festival to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.